there was a guy that's like Cloud69 is like their literal team name, and like it just like shows the same logo as Cloud9, but they just put a 6 in there. It's pretty funny.
So clever.
I ended the Skype call this time. Mike, Tyler, do you have Mike? You gotta enable it. I had to do the same thing.
10 seconds.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're already on there. Okay, I had to redo mine because I went into that game.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
I did not.
You shut your dirty whore mouth. We are back in the RD2L here with your host, Next, at Next Level Dota as well, with the other host, Boink.
Art of the Anxious Rankshis.
Boom! Art of the Anxious Rankshis. Are you kidding me? Yes, that's right, and we're casting another game. And it's going to be exciting. Yeah, the last game was really good.
Hot weather.
Yeah, it's freaking stupid hot over here, so our minds are a little bit, like, troubled by the heat, for sure. But we're sacrificing for you guys. No, we're actually doing it for our own fun. It's really fun here, casting these really different drafted games. This is like why I feel like I'm more privileged than like a big caster, because they have to like cast the same drafts over and over. And it's nice to get something different. So, the bans. Enigma makes it in the first 2 bans this time, and so let's count who we have. Viper, wow, Lycan, I forgot, I should have started with that.
Wow, Lycan. I mean, totally, you don't ban Lycan, you better pick it, you know?
Yeah. And I said this like the last time Lycan made it through. I was like, well, maybe people just like kind of forgot how to play Lycan or draft with Lycan because he keeps getting banned so much that the people haven't practiced anymore. And so we'll see if the Lycan actually works in this game. Most likely it will, because he's super strong. Crazy. We won against that Lycan we played against in a pub, though.
Yeah, that's because we dominate things, and I went like 16-3-16 on a Slardar.
Whatever.
Offlane Slardar, mind you.
It's the disruptor, man. That's what got us through that whole game.
Yeah, not the 16-3-16 Slardar.
Yeah, Batrider being the pickup from the Radiant team.
Batrider's a good counter to Lycan, man. You can't run away, and Lycan doesn't have a great way of like trying to disable a Batrider from going on him.
Yeah, and doesn't the Napalm make it so that even if he's fast run speed, like he still takes forever to turn around?
I actually don't know if it messes with the turn speed. It could, because I mean we can look at this actually. Duration, true form increasing combat. All you said max move speed and cannot be slowed. I don't think it affects his turn speed. Wow. Okay, so a bunch of stuff just happened.
Yeah.
You're on a second pick, pretty standard, but a Pudge second pick.
Ooh.
Wow. Not expecting that. And the smart Timbersaw, man. 2 strength heroes already. Timbersaw would start crushing strength heroes. So I really like that decision from the Dire.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds
Definitely.
Remaining.
So like picking Pudge this early is unheard of, because you can really pick some heroes to really help with it, but I suppose that Pudge isn't like so much of a counterable hero more than like you counter him with gameplay and good warding. But
I mean, like, they could easily pick a Viper here and just be like, LOL.
Or a Silencer, like we saw earlier.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You can pick a huge variety of things and counter a Pudge mildly well in lane.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see. It's always going to be exciting to watch a Pudge game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Mirana arrows into Flaming Lasso. That's a thing. And Bane, another setup for Mirana. I'm a big fan of this. If you're gonna pick a Mirana, get multiple sources of setup for that arrow. Like, that's just flat out. It just makes it so much easier. It makes Mirana less of a risky pick. And like, you'll hindsight talk about a game and it'll just be like, wow, this Mirana didn't do anything because there's no setup. But yeah, Tidehunter, 3 strength heroes coming out from the Dire. They are manning up here in the RD2L. In-house.
3 strength. Probably core heroes. Wow, Axe. Man, talk about a manly team. this is interesting. How do you go about countering like 3 heroes that want to go up and try to make plays happen?
Lifestealer
Axe is a fairly good way to do that.
And Axe,
Lifestealer would be a great pickup, by the way, if you were going to say offlane Axe and Batrider mid and roam Mirana Bane. You could easily safe lane a Lifestealer. That's not a bad idea at all.
Yep. Definitely be good against the Tidehunter. Pudge will still lock him down with Dismember through BKB, but I mean that's a Dismember like being used on a Lifestealer and like just for a little bit. So
you still have 3 or 4 other heroes that have a way to kind of help a Lifestealer out in a lot of situations from being locked down. So it's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. I actually really like the Lifestealer Abaddon. Okay, so apparently like PPD is drafting for the Dire team right now because. Look at all that strength, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I also think they could pick like a Darkseer at this point, the Radiant team. I mean, because if you want to counter a bunch of melee heroes, Darkseer's a great way to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. No joke.
If they were comfortable.
They need more, like Radiant right now can lock them down with a Berserker's Call or something, but they need more to like capitalize on that. They only have like single target from Bane, single target from Mirana. I mean, there's a Starstorm, but that's it. And then Batrider that just wants to like set up damage. So I think they need something huge that can damage. Like, I don't know. Do you think an OD would be crazy from the Radiant team right now?
OD
pure damage plus like destroying their sanity.
I suppose they have a lot of lockdown against an OD, specifically with the Tidehunter. Like, there's not OD isn't a hero that wants to build BKB like first or second item, and you would be forced into doing that in this circumstance. Spirit Breaker man, don't let him get another strength hero.
Yeah, or like
what I'm.
Wraith King is still on the board if they wanted to go steal that without.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
So what then? What do you agree then by itself though that they need damage? Like they need AoE damage.
Radiant team.
Kinda like the Dire has okay team fight, but the Dire doesn't have huge damage either. They have a Pudge, they have a Tidehunter, so they have some team fighting, and an Abaddon, a little bit of damage, and Undying. An interesting choice. Stealing strength against strength heroes is pretty smart. Wow, you're right on point with that Wraith King.
Called it. World Star Dota.
Dang.
5 melee strength heroes. Wow. I think the Undying is a really good pick, though. I mean, that's a good version of it. It's sustained damage and the strength steal, and just like slowing them with the Tombstone is going to be huge. For sure. Wow,
yeah,
this is
they're
going
all
to be
melee,
exciting.
so they have to go into Tombstone range.
I'm kind of giddy.
Tombstone's so really good against like Pudge. Zombies are so easy to accidentally block hooks.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. I wonder if that's a really good point. Like, you throw it up there, and like, no matter what, he has to like work his way around the zombies, and then they disappear. And the grab radius on Meat Hook is just really big, so like, it'll grab those zombies. So, it is the start of what is to be what I can only guess as an extremely interesting match. 5 strength heroes, world class or world star Dota. Was that actually? I think that's what their name is, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So
world Dota versus the Radiant team.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the Radiant team, calling out who's playing who. To be pro players here, Nubs McGee on the Axe in what appears to be the mid lane, solo safe lane Batrider being played by Cookie Dough. On the aggressive lane in the off lane, aggro tri lane Swip Swap on the Mirana, Meowshi on the Bane, and Lodestone, who actually followed my Twitch channel, so thank you Lodestone, you're cool. Playing the Undying, back on the Dire side, Dr. Quack on the Abaddon. Guys, I'm really bad on the Lycan. Saf, the world famous Saf, playing the Wraith King, which I'm assuming is a support Wraith King. Yeah, unless it's a jungling Lycan, like, completely. Pudge being played by Jim Leahy, and offlane Tidehunter being played by Archangel X. And with that, the Horn of War begins, as a couple people are grouping up around the top rune here, and a pause comes out. Why is my anal sneeze? What the fuck? Saf is like, what happened to my sick active ability from Mortal Strike? Which I thought
changes from
was better
several months ago happened.
Than anything. Yeah. Radiant Ward being placed conservatively here. He doesn't want to go too deep, and now that the match has started later, he doesn't want to put it here because if there was a Dire Ward placed here, the Dire would be aware of where he put that ward and be able to counter ward it very easily. That's what happens many times more than not. Despite the fact that the Dire has 0 wards coming out, they are not a support team. They are a manly strength team. They don't even care. Speaking of which, they are manning up here in the top lane. Here's the Aphotic Shield. They are doing what they can. They're right-clicking, but is there a Wraithfire Blast? Not really. They're not committing right now. They're just right-clicking. Now there's the commitment. Is there a leak? No, she got Sacred Arrow level 1. This is the dead First Blood from Mirana. The strength heroes are way too strong. They're just swiping at people. They don't have any ranged at all. Wow. Not getting Leap level 1. You gotta save your abilities for when you need them. Level 1, it's kind of huge.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of a tip there. I mean, not harping on them, but yeah, it's just sometimes it'll bite you like that arrow, though. Now, speaking of the arrow, it actually lands on Abaddon. Are they going to follow up on this? It's about a 4-second arrow, but now it's going to be cleared in just a second. There's the Nightmare not doing anything. The Radiant's going to disengage from that. Dire just looking to man up a little bit more. They're going to probably have to stack and pull if they're going to want to maximize their XP and gold here in the top lane because they all are strength lanes. But there's a hook onto Axe in the mid lane. A couple tower hits, 1, 2. Is it enough? There's just the rot damage. He needs to right click. This might be a kill, but the spins and the burger hunger is way too strong. Wow.
Those were some of the luckiest spins I've seen on an Axe. I will say that.
Getting 2 spins like that is really tough. There wasn't even that many creeps, to be honest.
No. They were relatively lucky.
Wow.
What a lucker noob.
Yep, lucker noob indeed here in the mid lane being played by... Oh, he actually gets hooked again. Nubs McGee. Is he going to man up? There's not enough manning up here. He has no HP, and this is a kill going the opposite way towards Jim Leahy being playing the Pudge. And let's check the tri lanes. The tri lanes up top, like I said, they're stacking and pulling, which is important. They need to maximize their levels. A ward being placed to block this camp now by the Undying. It's a little late, but it's being placed, and yeah. Bot lane is doing its thing. This is pretty, I'd say this is pretty strong for Batrider, obviously. Like, he'll be able to do pretty well here.
I expected Batrider, now that we're talking about this, to be doing way better than he is. Tide's 8-1 and this Bat is only 6-1. I feel like this Bat should be making this Tidehunter fear the wrath of the fire Bat God.
This Bat, no.
So far, that's not a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Contention in the top lane, just staring at each other in the eyes behind enemy lines. It's gonna be close. So let's think about the engagement, like how it works in the if the fight was gonna happen. So there's Nightmare into Arrow, but they have the Abaddon Aphotic Shield Purge. So that's huge. Like, there's nothing that this aggressive lane can do right now. This is automatically a failed aggro tri lane by default, unless they just do really well on the Radiant side because, well, their arrow threat is nil with the Aphotic Shield. They have to go on Abaddon, I suppose. And even then, they have Tombstone that they'll be fighting into. Oh, wait, no, never mind. They have Tombstone on their team. Yeah.
He actually got Tombstone to start, and I mean, the Mirana died anyways due to scaling Arrow first. But grabbing Tombstone just at level 1, it's too easy to just attack down. I don't really agree with it the more I see people do it.
Yeah, Decay's really strong.
I thought, you know, it's a tri-lane, maybe it'd be okay, but like Decay's just so much better of a level 1 ability.
Agreed. It's kind of tough. I don't know if they happen to fight in it and like there's a good engagement, then yeah, maybe it's good. But yeah, Decay's really strong. You know, it's just like you can man up, and they need to be able to man up against those strength heroes. They need someone like Undying with a bunch of strength Decay stacks to just walk up to him. Like he has 4 right now, and like we just saw, he was kind of just right clicking him, zoning him out. Wraith King's coming back. He's got 700 gold, hasn't spent it quite yet. But there still is nothing. Pudge is ganking bottom as Axe calls missing on middle. And we'll see, he's going to wrap right on this Tidehunter. He just ate a regen rune, so he's full mana, full HP. He's feeling really good. He's going to wiggle his way to this lane with his chainsaw chopper. And is there going to be a Batrider kill? What level is he? He's level 3, so he's got some range on his hook, but it's not max for sure. And something's happening top as that's going. An arrow is going on Abaddon. Undying is almost dead. He's so close, but the arrow was there. Going back bottom, there still hasn't been an engagement. But now they're going on the Tombstone, a 3-man Decay. This Undying feels really good, and the Brain Sap finishes off the Abaddon. And now they're going on the Necro. No, all the names are coming. Wraith King, but wow, nothing.
What is this hero called?
Yeah, all the
Wraith
undead
Knight?
names.
Skeleton Friend.
Yeah, the Lich Wraith Dying Light
of death.
Of death and
madness. Leoric.
Yeah, there you go, Leoric. Yeah. Okay, so TP's to top lane. Pudge unfortunately wasn't able to make nothing happen in the bottom lane, and so maybe he can make something happen top. Well, they might predict this though. In fact, he walks right by that ward, so they know.
Yeah,
this is really unfortunate for the Dire team. They had a good start, but this Pudge has made nothing happened because of the wards. This is what we're talking about. That's actually a really good ward because, well, it's an okay ward. Like if he came up this route through the river, then Radiant would have had a little bit more trouble detecting him if he just went up like that, and that'd be pretty good. But then again, most of the time,
TP'd in. I feel like they should have been like, hey, this is clearly warded, don't walk that way.
That's true.
Not the case.
Oh, here comes the arrow. It is on the Abaddon. There will be no purge from an aphotic shield. Is the Dire gonna man up? There's the Wraith Fire Blast. There's the Tombstone being dropped. Now Abaddon's really hurt. Now he dies. Now there's the Bane is running away from the wolves. The Tombstone's doing work though. It's hurting them so much. There's the Wraith King going down. And now there was a little bit of going on to the Lycan as well, but he was able to run his way. He's kind of fast, so 2 for 1.
Look how much better that level 2 Tombstone is than a level 1 Tombstone, by the way. Like,
yeah,
it was a world of difference between the two scenarios.
Yeah, definitely. And now Wraith King's taking some levels mid. He has the burger hunger on him. The burger hunger is strong. It isn't level. Well, actually, it's level 3. Oh wow, the hook missed. Unfortunately, Jim Leahy missing the hook on Nubs McGee. I love these names. Like Jim Leahy's just like a normal name. Jim Leahy going on Nubs McGee. Yes. So, wow, Radiant, the Tombstone's good. They've taken control of this top lane. If they go on the Abaddon, it appears that they're able to do just fine. The Howl isn't being leveled, so not like Spike right click, and he's not getting that many levels. We thought he might jungle, but he's actually just staying in this lane. And I'm a little surprised that they're not jungling because of their greedy lineup. I'm surprised they don't want to split the XP and gold even more.
Yeah,
it would have been tough against the Undying, but
he could rotate to the jungle by now and just start giving XP away to other people.
Yeah, as Tidehunter
and it would
finishes off a kill bottom on Batrider. But yeah, you were saying.
Wow, Tidehunter is 34-4, while this Batrider's 23-3. That's actually.
There's a hook on the Wraith on the axe. He gets set up by the Wraith Fire Blast. Now the taunt's there. It's taking tons of tower damage, but he just doesn't care. Look at that armor. He's gonna take the right clicks and the rot damage is definitely gonna kill. He tries to cull the Pudge, but you can't cull the Pudge. He's gonna dismember you first. Kill going the way of the Dire. Good job, Lol.
Ooh, super close. 40 health away from dead.
Yeah.
That battle hunger, pretty good if you level it up fast enough.
Burger hunger, fix that for you.
Yeah, I'm not a big Purian Flax type of guy, so.
Oh yeah, you called it. Like this Tidehunter's doing so well. He's topping the charts against a Batrider, and he's got his mana boots up now. And he's like halfway to Blink Dagger. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is literally crazy.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you get too close into Anchor Smash, then you're gonna get hurt. But now Axe is here in the bot lane. He's gonna try to kill this Tidehunter. Is there gonna be a slow? There's a Napalm stack and the Flame Break pushing him back. The taunt is there. The Berserker's Call. There's gonna be Culling Blade in 10 seconds, but he's actually kiting him with the Burger Hunger. It's a really good idea. Is there Ravage? Is he gonna blow it? There it is. There's the and he actually TP's out. Oh wow, the Berserker's Call. That's a wasted Ravage. No way. There's the one. But wow, just before the Culling Blade, he wands just before the Culling Blade, and it's saves him. There's a salve. He's turning around. He's got a low turn radius speed. And now Axe is the one being gone on as Pudge gets a kill on another part of the map. This Axe is definitely going down. The Batrider is here to watch. Oh wow, but the Berserker's Call is giving him the armor. Can he run away? Is there going to be another nuke? There it is. That's the kill on Axe. And elsewhere, looks like Undying went down to the Pudge right here. Wow. That was
what a turnaround, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that was close. Like the Ravage almost looked like it was completely wasted, but the one charge before the Culling Blade was really good.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how well this Tide Hunter is doing. He may be the best Tide Hunter in existence, or maybe the Bat Rider's just not playing it very well.
Yeah.
Who knows? Realistically, could be either way.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Damn, that's crazy. Now the Axe is sitting there going, this is where an Axe feels kind of interesting. He goes, all right, I can roam. I have max battle hunger. That's basically what I'm strong at right now. I can't Berserker's Call for that long. I can jungle really well, but Bat Rider's kind of the one taking a lot of these jungle stacks, so he wants to make something happen. Like, what would you recommend this Axe do right now?
Maybe have Undying get levels somewhere in the Axe, hang out with the Bane Mirana, and just set up, and this is exactly what they're doing, just set up kills and have the Axe go in, taunt, and do his Culling Blade.
Yep. Drop
the
in the old
alone
hammer.
Could do enough damage. Yeah.
Oh, mid lane. There's a ping from Undying. He's saying, oh, I might get dived, but he's actually fine. And let's see. So yeah, I think this is a good combo. As long as Bane gets the Nightmare off, that's a good point. This is a really good place for him right now, and he's actually might dive this. We'll see. They're pushing the creep waves up. He's cutting the wave, so they're just looking to get this tower. I think this is a good use of Axe's time, while Wraith King is actually in the bot lane now, as you said, getting some experience. And Pudge TPs to the top, gets a hook right onto Axe. He taunts before the Dismember comes out. Is there going to be a Culling Blade? No, the Dismember is there, but now the Abaddon's really low. He tries to Brain Sap. He gets halfway through the animation, just to the casting point, and then he gets fogged. Wow. Where
was the or the Brain Sap? They knew he was cutting the wave. Like, they probably discussed it, or at least one would hope. I feel like the Axe kind of got let down by his teammates there. Because this is where Axe is like strongest. He needs to do stuff like that, and it's not going well.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was nothing really from the teammates there. They were just too scared to go in. They're like, okay, he got hooked. There's nothing else. But it's an Axe, and he got off a Berserker's Call and possibly a Culling Blade thereafter if he had any kind of support. So what is Undying? Let's see, building. He's going to be going a mech, maybe. Maybe. And the Blink Dagger is up on Wraith King. This is the support Wraith King, and he's actually got that Blink Dagger now. This is perfect because it sets up the Pudge hooks. You have to, just like Mirana, you want something to set up that stuff. So here comes the stun and the walking up from the Pudge. This is really bad. This is definitely a kill. Good rotation, a good kill coming this way. The Dire. Actually, wow, they're really close. Pudge actually has to hook, but he's getting blocked by the Wraith King. The Wraith King's trying to walk in. He actually hooks the Wraith King instead of waiting for the Wraith King to Wraithfire Blast. Now it's really trouble. Tombstone's down. That's one zombie that's slowing him down just a little bit in addition to the napalm stacks. And now, wow, he actually has reincarnation. He's trying to go back to him as the zombies kill him, but it gets popped, and it's just the radius enough to slow down the Undying, who's now get got on by the Tidehunter, the Blink from the Wraithfire Blast. There's the Ravage. It does hit the 2 people from the Radiant who are reinforcing. Now it's actually 3 people on the Dire versus the 3 people over here, but Bat Rider's looking to go back. There's the Berserker's Call from one of the Radiant. He's looking to disengage, but wow, the hook actually instantly kills the Mirana with a mid-air gush as he's getting hooked in the air. That's gotta feel bad. The Wraith King is kind of just staring at the trees for a second, admiring nature, and Tidehunter gets nightmared up, who actually gets traded to the Axe, unfortunately. A perfect setup, next level setups from the Bane, hurting his own teammate. Yeah.
Boy, things are not looking great for the Radiant team.
Yeah.
I feel like the Radiant team had their, like, early 10 minutes where they definitely were stronger than a bunch of strength heroes who don't have anything. And they didn't play it well enough to make use of that time. And so, here we are, strength heroes just dominating.
This is so crazy to see this. Like, I'm a big fan of multiple drafting paradigms, and one of the ones I always think about is, do we have enough ranged heroes? But WSD is completely ignoring that. Just a big FU, a finger to the face of the people that draft that way, and they're showing that they can actually win with it. Wow. Yeah, early game, like you said, they could have done more setups with the Axe. He was strong. There's the Nightmare setup. They could have done more smokes. Because, like, yeah, they did get caught out a couple times when they were trying to make things happen. People did notice that they were ganking them from the Dire, and yeah, I suppose that's true. And Undying, like you know, is going to start coming, I don't know, just falling off in terms of usefulness. He actually has a Morbid Mask. He's going Vlad's.
Yeah, he's going Vlad's.
Interesting.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
3 Dire, 4 Dire. count them, 3, 4, are here in the mid lane. But there, wow, he actually had vision on that axe through the trees. There's a Wraithfire Blast. Oh, and Pudge is looking for the hook. He almost gets it through the Undying onto the axe, but now Dyer's running away. There was a really good decay stack coming out. He has like 6 decay stacks right now. The knockback from the Flame Break, and they're chasing. Pudge is looking to turn this around. He hits the zombie, but now he gets Flaming Lassoed. Is there going to be anything else from it? Is he going to get the pure damage hook off? No, he will not. The Abaddon was able to do some burst damage with his Aphotic Shield, but it wasn't enough to save the Pudge. I don't think he was even on the Pudge. Now the Radiant's actually going to get picked from this. The Bane ult actually gets canceled by the Aphotic Shield. That's a huge turnaround. Wraith King gets killed. Now Tidehunter's on the run. There's going to be the Nightmare just to set up the kill. There goes the Coaling Blade. And now there's only the Aphotic Shield throwing out Abaddon on the backlines. Lycan by himself, just solo farming. He's got that Vlad's, can Rosh soon, and he's just looking to split push. Unfortunately, for some reason, this lane is just pushed so far towards his own tower during that whole engagement. It's a little surprising.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're turning this around. I was kind of afraid that it was just going to turn into like an overwhelming victory from the unmovable like Dire team of
death ball of strength
domination. Yeah, like what are you gonna do against that? But they're finally turning it around. It's starting to look a little better. Like Undying is gonna start falling off here soon. He did get a level of Soul Rip. I definitely think he should max out Soul Rip next. They're not doing well enough, I feel, where they can just like run in against a strength team, so the heal will wiggle. Sure.
Now, Wraith King in
so
the bot
heal
lane
will probably
might get actually ganked here. There's the setup. He's actually waiting. Right clicks. There's the Nightmare. Into Berserker's Call. Is there a Brain Sap? He doesn't have mana right now. This might actually be tough to kill him. He doesn't have Reincarnation up, but now there's the TP from the Tide. There is literally no follow-up for that, unfortunately. Oh, now the Blink, the Wraithfire Blast, and the Ravage coming out from the Dire team. They're in full force. Now they're killing the Axe. He does not have Berserker's Call. He has a Vanguard, but no mana to his name. Can't even Coaling Blade, even if he was in range.
Wow.
But now even mid, they take the mid tower down simultaneously. Jeez. So you were talking about the Radiant doing something, but wow, it's just back and forth. It's almost like whoever engages on whom gets killed, except for on the bot lane where the Axe had illusions, and that was almost hurting him because... But I was going to say, like, the illusions can spin anyways, so they can double helix.
Yeah. I definitely think that this Radiant team needs the 4-man, or at least 4-man. Maybe they should even 5-man at this point, but they could let Mimir on a farm. They definitely need to group up and try to make something happen.
There's the Flame Break, but he did pop his ult. He's shape-shifting away, and they're not going to be able to chase him unless they get a really good arrow. There's a Blink Dagger on the Batrider, but yeah, there's a failed gank onto the fast Lycan. Need a little bit more than that. Bane did have Fiend's Grip, but he wasn't a part of that gank, and now bot tower goes down as well. They're just ratting them, no matter what happens on the map, they're just getting territory right now. That always feels bad when you're a team like the Radiant where you're like, okay, let's get these guys, and then you go on them, and even if you get a kill, like let's say they even got the Lycan, like how bad does it feel when the bot tower goes down at the exact same time? Like, how do you play against that? How do you win against this?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's sad. They do have a gimmick where it is like Bane into Arrow, and if it doesn't work, you can definitely see your team like immediately start dropping off, and that is exactly what's happening here. Yeah, Tide has a mech now. Like, this Tide is so farmed for what is happening this game.
Wow, yeah, mech and Blink mana boots in 18 minutes. He's feeling good.
Yeah. He is literally a walking team fight.
I can create a team fight.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I will do practically everything.
Just push the A button, click on the ground, and we'll win the team fight. I promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really hard. Normally, the response to like getting pushed towards your team, like if you're getting pushed too much, one of the best ways to beat that is to actually push yourself. But it's not like Radiant has really good push. They kind of want to just get ganks like by themselves, like 3 or 4 group up and get a pick and then maybe push or something. But it's just so hard against the Dire team when they're willing to just push other parts of the map. There's Pudge, almost gets a hook on the Mirana, but Mirana leaps away astutely. But there's the Axe, he's right there, he blinks in, and I hadn't bleached, and he just came from the high ground. He gets annihilated instantly. Too much damage coming out from the Dire. He has good initiation, got a really good Berserker's Call, but he was alone. The Radiant wasn't ready, and now there's the Wraithfire Blast set up into the meat hook, into the Rod as well. And that's the deadest. dude ever. The zombie is truly dead right now.
It really feels like the Radiant team isn't trying to coordinate with each other.
Yeah.
Like, Axe went in, nothing else happened, Axe dies, then team fight over, tower taken.
Yeah, I agree with
GG.
that. Yeah, it's definitely tough to man up against the manly team that is the Dire, but you got to be coordinated. Here comes Pudge. He's walking. He's waiting. He actually gets turns around to throw some stacks and avoids the hook in the process. Moonlight Shadow being blown just to save the Batrider. But now this Lycan tearing down Roshan. Stop it, guys! I'm just in my home. I was just about to watch Hunter x Hunter in my Rosh pit, but now you guys are attacking me. Why you do this?
Who do you think Rosh's favorite character on Hunter x Hunter is?
I would say the spider that died from the strong dude spider that died.
Oh sure, yeah.
That's
Fair enough.
So he was sad after that happened in the show when his favorite character died. Batrider jumping in, grabbing Dr. Quack. Dr. Quack's like whack, 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 but he's got borrowed time, so it doesn't even matter. And he's going to full HP. Now there's the Ravage. It hits 2, 3, and that's the Radiant team really just can't deal with that Ravage right now. The Mech comes out from the Dire team as well. Is there anything that they can do? Wraith King actually was killing Bane right there, and he actually got him as well. And now the Radiant, yeah, definitely on the back foot. This Lodestone's all by himself. He is the undying hero. And he's going down.
And it's 21 minutes and Tombstone has like outlived its usefulness. It's not really doing much for the team anymore.
So true. Good.
It was
point.
down that whole fight and nothing, like they didn't even care. They're like, whatever, we can fight around this, no big deal.
Yeah, and Anchor Smash can clear the zombies pretty easy as well. So it doesn't
physical damage.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. So that is definitely true. Like we were talking about, Undying falling off just a little bit. And yeah, like they initiated right on that fight. Batrider came in, tried to draw Dr. Quack up the hill, but he wasn't able to actually get him up there. I think he might have been slowed by the gush, maybe a well-timed like instant response gush coming out from Tidehunter. And yeah, that was pretty much that. Not the best initiation. Batrider went down there after. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't see like a very good Berserker's call. Maybe there was a good Berserker's call, but I didn't see it. A lot happened in that fight.
Yeah, even if there was, it's not like it's enough to like turn the battle in the Radiant's favor.
Yep. Mirana is like their only late game hope, and she does have a Maelstrom, but there is just way too much right click coming out from the Dire team.
Yeah. It's 23 minutes, you have a Maelstrom, a relatively cheap item, a Ring of Aquila, a really cheap item, and boots. Like, it's not what you want to see when there's 5 strength heroes taking all of your tier 2s at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's so true.
Dire's top tower
I don't...
is under attack.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is Rip in Peace, Radiant. We'll see what happens. I'm going to practice my play-by-play casting by still continuing to hype up these team fights. It's my job. I think I'm gotta work on it. I gotta be Toby level. Toby's the best. Howl coming out from the Dire team.
You should just yell black hole.
Black hole! Black hole! I gotta like practice my screaming voice. I think Toby and LD have really good screaming voices. They could be in metalcore bands. The
Toby's got you beat on that black hole screen.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now, Batrider tries to go in, but he's walking into a Ravage in an instant Wraithfire Blast Stun. Now that's 2 dead instantly from the Radiant team. The Undying, the Axe, the Batrider. Now another Wraithfire Blast onto the Bane, instantly getting annihilated by the group. Bukkake coming out from the Dire team. They don't care. Oh man. I dropped the Bukkake.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry guys, I wish there was more to say about this game, but I really feel like the Radiant just kind of dropped the ball.
They dropped the bomb.
Yeah, I said ball, but bomb's a good word too.
Yeah, no, that's a DDR song that I used to like dance to. We won because of Zaf. Who? Oh yeah, Wraith. Yeah, the Wraith King did a good. Like, yeah, definitely not untrue.
He got like an 11-minute blink dagger. Like he did good. Nobody will deny that. Apparently, like Zaf is famous. I don't think we've seen him before today, but
sorry, we're inexperienced
everyone
casters.
Seems to love this Zaf.
We don't know who Zaf is. We don't know who these previous teams are.
Props to Zaf. And by the way, Jim Leahy, good Pudge game. We saw Pudge game earlier today. Not nearly as good as you. And Archangel, wow, way to beat a Bat Rider in an off lane where I feel like a Bat Rider could just demolish you at level 2. And Dr. Quack, you were there for everything. And Lycan, you somehow pulled out amazing farm. I think this was just really well played by the Dire team. Like, they all did their jobs extraordinarily well. They could have done slightly better in a couple, like, minuscule ways that didn't even matter, and they were just like, whatever, let's just have a fun game and dominate people, and that's what they did.
Absolutely. Rankshis is never wrong. His analysis on the frickin' on the spot, on the
spot, on the ball,
on the ball
on
here.
The razor's edge.
And that's the word here. The RD2L being cast by Nex and Rankshis. We're gonna cast another one as soon as another lobby is up. Which, now that I say, we should probably go check really quick to make sure. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Actually, yep, there's one right here. So we should jump into one of these. There's Zaf into another lobby, and we're gonna go straight into this as well. Ooh, Redondo's in this one as well. Sweet. I only know Redondo, I think, because he's an admin on the RD2L subreddit. Yep. Oh, maybe copy pasta still works. Yeah. Testing audio 1 2 1 2. Can the players hear me? Yes, no, just checking. Good.
Did you check your stream?
Yes. Why?
Is it alright? It just, on mine it looks like it's dropping frames, but it just could be, I actually have a lot of things going on right now, so it could just be, I'm using all my bandwidth.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like it's doing okay.
Alright.
Alright, stopping my elite skeet music. Oh, wait a second. You know, just let the bands roll out.
Dire team banned.
Beatboxing all day.
Radiant team ban.
All right, deep breath. Channel the Toby. LD. AC Chambers.
10 seconds remaining.
Toby 1 Kenobi.
5 seconds
Driscoll.
remaining.
Capitalist, yeah. Come on,
Oh, you hit the close button before you heard me yell really loudly.
Wait, why?
Oh, in the last thing we were just doing?
Yeah.
Like, you hit close right as I started yelling.
Oh, why were you yelling?
Oh, I just started yelling. I decided it was time.
That's awesome. All right, a first pick Sand King coming here, facing us. Just being presented to us in this match that's unfolding before us. The draft, the heroes are being picked here in the RD2L. Welcome back. I'm Nex with my co-host.
Part of the Rankshis. How are you? You used to see people first pick Sand King more often. It's like relatively safe to do. You can... It's okay within the context of like a laning stage. You can farm for a really quick blink dagger. He's got a great ultimate. He's got a great stun. Like even Sandstorm is pretty good. When you need to start farming for items, like Caustic Finale's good. Yeah, like you used to see it more often. You hardly see it anymore. I'm kind of excited. We haven't seen a Sand King in a while. Followed up by a Razor and a Shadow Shaman, something we see pretty standardly around here in the RD2L. So, no surprises there. I wonder what they're gonna follow up with this Sand King. Hopefully something unique that we've never seen before. And it's a Witch Doctor, which is semi-true.
Yeah, flavor of the month here in D2L, RD2L for sure. Brewmaster
At
hasn't
least
been
flavor of the
picked or
week.
banned. Yeah, flavor of the week, you could say. Brewmaster hasn't been picked or banned, like in the first round anyways, for the last couple of games. I'm a little surprised by that.
Radiant team
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know how to play him pretty much, but definitely, obviously, a strong hero. I'm not necessarily unhappy to not be seeing him. I'm just saying, yeah, he's definitely not making it through. DP also has been falling off. DP and Brewmaster. Doom Doom's getting consistently banned out as far as I've seen as well. Players don't want to play against that.
At least the past 2 days, people have been banning Doom. Like, I remember the first couple days we were doing this, nobody banned or picked Doom.
Yeah, and Bane being banned out, Tidehunter being banned out. We'll see if Mirana's made it pretty consistently as well in the later picking phases, and she's had a pretty good impact, I'd say. Not too bad. Yeah. Let's see. So far, we have a pretty good push coming out from the Dire team. I haven't seen Razor go the Ags, like refresher build as much lately. He more tanks up with a mech and things of that sort. But they potentially have that push tower there.
Mech's pretty good on Razor though. Like his spells don't cost a lot. He's got an okay mana pool. Like Plasma Field's kind of high, but your main source of like not main source, but your like primary thing you cast a lot of is Static Link, and it makes it really easy to just hold on to a mech and not have that much of a problem. And then you kind of follow it up with an eggs, and then if you're doing real good, you can get a refresher. So you know, it's just kind of how people build them. Just like having a mech on a team is super good, and it takes a support a long time to farm a mech, while a mid hero can get a mech in like minutes, literally minutes.
That's so true. The early mech is what's really important. And like you said, like a support might be able to get it, but it just takes way too long. And the earlier the mech you get, the better. You can avoid ganks, avoid kills, and completely 100% turn around team fights. As at that point, oh wow. So Silencer being picked up as the 5th pick, the Centaur and the Slark being banned out, but then the Lifestealer counter pick, and then the Darkseer follow up with that.
Wow, we haven't seen a Darkseer yet, I don't think, and I've said Darkseer would be good a couple times so far. I'm a little worried for the Lifestealer just because Witch Doctor ult is physical damage, so Rage won't block it, so it's a little worrisome for a Lifestealer, but not a huge deal, I suppose, as long as you're doing well.
Yeah.
You do have a Darkseer, after all, and a Shadow Shaman to, like, break channeling, so it shouldn't be awful, but the Silencer will help protect the Witch Doctor, so that's good too. And a Viper pickup. Wow, something we see pretty often is Viper versus Razor middle. Yeah. And I guess it's not that surprising.
They're becoming arch nemesises.
It's super true.
Yeah, but like this is what I feel. I fear for the Lifestealer. To go on what you said, they have a Sand King. A Radiant. The opposing team of the Lifestealer has a Sand King, which once he gets his Blink Dagger up, Lifestealer has to be so cautious of getting stunned before Rage, because if that happens, and let's say like it's the beginning of a team fight, Silencer can global silence, and now Lifestealer's going into that fight completely without a BKB, essentially. And that's really bad. Then that means he can get bursted down. The Rage is the only thing that prevents him from taking all that magic damage. And despite the fact that Radiant team doesn't have a lot of magic damage, that just means that they have a lot of, well, that just means they have a good draft against Lifestealer. I mean, they have Viper right clicks and Witch Doctor ult as well. But I still think that that's just going to be tough for this Lifestealer for sure. We'll see with the 5th pick and like how it may help any silences and get to his Rage.
I really hope so they have a good Chen player, because this is like a really good draft they have here. They have great pushing, they have great team fighting,
yeah,
they have a lot of sustain. Like, this is a really like solid team that they've built. And if the Chen plays well, they should do really well here. Not to say that the Radiant doesn't also have a solid team. Like we were saying, Sand King, great hero, Witch Doctor, pretty good hero, Silencer, Viper, also pretty good heroes. Like,
yeah,
they're not out of this by any means.
The Radiant needs a offlaner.
Reserve time.
Yes, correct.
So the Dire banned Timbersaw.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Life Stealer's a strength hero. He'll rip through him. Lone Druid, interesting. That gives them push that they like desperately needed.
Yeah, and doesn't Entangle go through BKB? I thought it did.
It does indeed.
Yeah, so that's a really good pick in Lifestealer wants to man up, and while Lifestealer will be able to chew through the bear with Feast, I mean, the Entangle is going to be really bad. And yeah, I think that's really good. Like, Darkseer's Surge doesn't do anything against Roots, and they have, as far as other CCs, they have the Sand King stun, Witch Doctor Paralyzing Cask, and I guess they're all right on CCs. Not like the craziest chain stun team, but the Dire certainly doesn't have much chain common right now. And yeah, but let's see here. The slow coming out from Viper is going to be countered by Darkseer an okay amount. If Viper Strike comes out, Surge is going to be there to make it so that doesn't happen, and that might save a good amount of people when it comes to team fights and initiations.
Hopefully this game should be really exciting to watch, because actually both teams kind of counter each other in a variety of ways, so the team fight should at the very least be really entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to call out who's playing who here in the RD2L. The match is beginning. It's happening. The hype is real. And going over who's playing who, 000 is playing the Razor. We'll just call him 0 or nil or null or something like that. Oil playing the Shadow Shaman. Cookie Dough playing on the Chen. I love Cookie Dough and I love you. Ari playing the wow, it's just the Lifestealer set's so different. I was like, what hero is that? It's a pretty sick Lifestealer set, actually. I'm gonna zoom in on that. Damn, I have not seen that set.
I have not either. That's really interesting.
Goodness. What a vicious being this is. So yeah, there's one more person left on the Dire, and that's Redondo, the famous Redondo, playing the Darkseer. We'll see. I think that Darkseer is going to be a really good pick in this game, and we'll see how well it does. And back to the Radiant team. It looks like, guys, I'm really bad, playing on the Lone Druid. Legion 170 on the Viper. Moving back to the supports, Meowshi on the I love that name. On the Witch Doctor. Smiles playing the Sand King, which has been a high impact hero as far as the historical analysis comes in on RD2L. So many good Sand Kings doing tons of damage. Shout out to Chocobo for really showing us how Sand King's done. And lastly, but certainly not lastly, Dr. Quack. Or lastly, but not leastly. That's what I was going to say. Dr. Quack on the silencer. And that's everyone. Those are our warriors. Yeah, leastly is not a word.
Leastly is a word.
That's what I was like going to say, but that isn't the right thing to say. So I messed up trying to do what would have already been a messed up word.
Lastly, but not leastly.
Yeah, because like I want to roll with the cadence of the thing, and it's like lastly but not leastly. It's like last but not least.
You know, it still sounds good. I'll allow it.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Thanks, man. What a bro.
Yeah. I got your back.
I got your back. 2 sets of tangos coming out from Darkseer. He has a stout shield. No items towards his soul ring just yet. And he's going to try to block, but he's letting the range creep go away, like go forward right now, despite the fact that he hasn't blocked at all, so we'll see how that works. It's going to be really far for him. That's really bad. In my opinion, you have to block really well as a Darkseer. Why? Because not only does your lane push with the Ion Shell, but if you're too scared to come up, you need Ion Shell and Surge right off the bat to feel safe and to feel like you can farm safely. So like, if it's too far like this and you're scared, then you have to get like Surge level 1 almost. No, but of course you have to get Ion Shell if you want to farm. But now, like we said, he's going to get pinged out. Sand King's looking to wrap, but he knows that his stun is a really low distance at rank 1. So there's going to be nothing right now, and this Darkseer is actually not getting zoned right now. This is really bad. That means he's going to get to level 2 right now, and now he's in safe mode, at least safer. And so, wow, that Darkseer is going to get a lot of space here in the bot lane. Well, in the mid lane, Razor against the Viper, the arch nemesis. Razor's denied 3 of the creeps so far and is winning in last hits right now. And as we've talked about before, Razor just generally does good against Viper, despite the fact that I think on paper, the Viper should do better in earlier levels. At least on my paper anyways. But look at this Lone Druid set. Look at this red panda. It looks crazy.
I would agree with you. I just don't think like a level 2 Viper is like crazy effective. Like, it's good, but you're not going to get, like, a kill unless somebody makes a mistake.
Right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, that's agreed. He can orb a little bit better, but, like, you don't have that much mana. You can't orb spam that much. You only have 10 orbs to your name at the beginning, but now Darkseer's really by himself, like, in terms of, well, he's really caught out, I guess I should say. And although there's not going to be anything, there might be a paralyzing cask into a stun, but Redondo's going the opposite direction. There's a pink top. They're maybe trying to kill this bear, try to get that money, and I think that's really smart. If they can keep hitting it, is there a slow? There's no open wounds on it. Back to the Darkseer. They still haven't gone on him. He's in a very strange spot, but he has the surge. And they're not really trying to wrap on him. And although he's out of experience range, and that's good, now he's manning up. Is he actually going to man up on this? He's actually going on the Witch Doctor, and he's getting really close. Is there going to be a surge? He has to commit to this. Is there going to be? Oh, there's the bounce, and First Blood goes down. Dark making it. Now, okay, I thought there was some action happening elsewhere. I don't think they got the bear. He resummoned it, but I don't have confirmation on that.
Yeah, he resummoned it. They baited that out really well. They waited for that Witch Doctor to get low, so he's like, I can do this. I can get him down. And then they were like, double stun. Yeah. Try it.
He did have a level 2 Ion Shell, so pretty good.
Yeah, it was scary, but they well played from the Radiant team, I will say.
Shout, yeah, definitely. That was really good. You always feel that way as a Darkseer, like you can do it, but it's always like, especially when they have those stuns like that, that's how you can just make it so that last amount of damage doesn't actually hit. Razor static linking in the mid lane, getting tons of damage, and it's still being stolen. He gets some last hits. Look at the damage on that. And now he's going to be able to last hit with this. Yeah, that's Razor doing extremely good against the Viper.
It's a bummer he missed like 2 or 3 times attacking uphill, because that would have been way more effective.
Yeah, that's a good point. And lots of last hits going the way of the Dire team. They are winning in terms of last hits. By the Darkseer. Now the Darkseer's just manning up. He's got his Soul Ring, and he almost popped the Surge, but now it's finally being popped. And that's just stolen. That the XP is just going the way of this Darkseer. He is just messing with them so much right now. The supports are so underleveled. Well, they're like level 3 now, so I guess that's not that bad. They got the kill from the First Blood. I was going to say that, but without that, they would be really underfarmed, and Darkseer would be doing good right now. There's the Entangle on the top lane, right onto Oil. Tons of damage going the way of the Shadow Shaman. It's so squishy with the Entangle. That Entangle nuke hits like a truck. It's 3 seconds of 60 damage, 180 damage nuke, and it's physical damage, not reduced by magic resistance. And now in the mid lane, Viper's actually going to get a kill on this Razor with the last hit from the Neurotoxin. Wow.
Nether Toxin.
Nether Toxin. Did I say Neurotoxin again?
You did indeed.
Shut your frickin' face. No, thank you. Yeah, I want to get that right.
Trying to help, bro.
No, it's good. The players gotta know what the names of the abilities are. It's like that's what they meant. It is Neurotoxin, but he's a Nether Drake, so it's Nether Toxin. I know the lore. He's a Nether Drake. And now the Nether Drake's going on the Viper, and he actually uses Viper Strike, his patented ability now. He's getting completely linked up. He can't do this. No way. Oh my goodness. No unstable concurrent charges. Wow, that was so close. If there was any more speed on the Razor. He doesn't have any boots right now. If he had boots, that would have been a dead Viper. He went bottle and...
He is a dead Viper, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Darkseer's here. I would have missed that. Nice job. Redondo just finding opportunities. You know, he's making stuff happen in the offlane. This is the true definition of an offlane. Yeah, he died, but like I said in a previous cast, I think it was Ice that said if you're not dying as an offlane, you're not risking enough to deny farm from the opposing carry and try to get kills yourself. And just getting last hits. Like you're not trying to get last hits enough. So, yeah, he's definitely making it happen. There's going to be, like, the bear is just going on the Witch Doctor again. If there's just a little bit more, one more right click, is there an entangle? No, didn't. That's 2 down now, 3 down now, no entangle. He's saying, RNG gods, what's going to happen? But now he's getting really low. He's not in his bear form. Now he's got to run. The open wounds is over with. Is he going to be able to TP out this? There's actually the bear entangle on the back lines. He's going to get the kill on the Shadow Shaman. He's completely kiting these guys right now. And now he's going to go right clicked. Is there a test of faith? No, there's no mana. He's going to get away. Actually, he missed micros. The bear comes in. There's the open wounds. Without that missed micro, he would have got away from that.
He missed microed like twice there, just momentarily, mind you. Like,
that's all it took.
It's just like, yeah, it's a bummer, but it did happen. But that was really well played. Even with the missed micro for like 2 seconds of not attacking.
Yeah, that was the route he took. Kind of went in the trees.
Yep.
Wow, yeah.
That's still very well played.
That's how you do it. Like, the lone druid himself, I don't know if he has any, he just has boots. Like, that's enough. He's a really fast hero, and he, like, looped around this way, literally did in a figure 8.
Oh, bottom lane, we have the Darkseer going down. Oh, he might get the Sand King. No, the Witch Doctor cleans him up. Wow, that was really close.
Damn, yeah. Once again, so close.
Yeah. He found the Sand King. Well, technically he was chasing the Witch Doctor. Then he found the Sand King in the jungle, sandstorming the large camp.
Yeah, and look how close Sand King is to his Blink Dagger too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting there.
He's not doing bad for a guy who's apparently playing at 10 frames per second.
And well, he's rushing it too, like no boots to his name. Wow. Do you agree with like
question?
Yeah.
What's better, boots or a Blink Dagger?
Yeah. What do you think?
It's really hard to say. Like, sometimes boots, sometimes blink. Like, if you can get the blink fast enough, I would say blink, but it is 7 minutes already. Even if he didn't get boots, he'd get it by 10, 11 minutes. It's not that fast, so it's probably worth it to go for the boots. If he could do it by 6 to 7 minutes, like Blink Dagger right then it's probably worth skipping boots.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just barely.
Yep. And actually, the Sand King bought boots and wards, so now he's back down farther away from the Blink Dagger.
I totally agree with that, though. Like, you can't. Sometimes you have to just be the bigger man and buy some wards. You know, like your team needs you.
Yeah, I mean, if Witch Doctor could cover it, I'd say it'd be good for their team to get that Blink Dagger. But yeah, this is just the safer route and getting the boots as well. And Sand King's near the Razor.
Yeah, the Witch Doctor should definitely do it, but apparently that's not happening, so...
Notice the Dire team using the Chen correctly. He's pushing right now. It's 8 minutes into the game, arguably on the later side of the window, but he's pushing down this tower now. He's doing it. Like, at least he's doing it now. And, like, Radiant's reinforcing this. They got 3 heroes here. And there's the Global Silence being popped on the Dire team. Radiant, there's an Entangle. That's the deadest Shadow Shaman I've ever seen. Now the Lifestealer's going in on the Witch Doctor, but he's backing up. The Razor's the only one right now. He's super low. Actually, no, I just flipped it. The actual Lone Druid's super low. He's the one that's getting chased. And the Bear is by himself, doing what he can. Wow, I think it, like, changed color. That's weird. It, like, looks different at different levels. But that was 1 for 1, I think, so far. And, yeah, they got some damage on this tower, and it was a support for a carry, so the Dire team actually winning there despite the Global Silence. The Lifestealer manned up and was able to get some work done, and now there's the Viper Strike, and now after on the Lifestealer, he doesn't have rage. Actually, he has 0 rage, surprisingly, and now Chen was gonna get flinged, but he used the, not the Test of Faith, but the what is the it's Holy Pursuit? No, is it Holy Pursuit? No, it is Test of Faith that teleports
Test
back,
of Faith, yeah.
I forgot it has 2 different, the same name for the what a weird thing that is.
It used to be the same button,
right?
Yeah. And now it's 2 buttons.
But Redondo going crazo on the bot lane, manning up just a little bit, but he's really in trouble getting entangled here. He doesn't have a surge for just a few more seconds. Is he gonna be able to get the entangle? Oh man, the last right click, but now the Bear's going around. He's getting juked. Redondo going through the trees. The surge is about to end. There's not gonna be any Bear right clicks right now. Actually, he turns back. He's trying to do what he can. If he gets 1 entangle at all, he's asking, where's my entangles, guys? Where's my entangles? Now, another right click from the Bear. A third. That's like the 5th right click from the Bear. No entangles. Woo! This Darkseer. Oh, now the Lifestealer's coming in. He's got phase boots. He's so fast. Look at him go. He's a little bit towards an armlet, but this Druid's way too fast with the Rabid, giving him that movement speed, but he just turns on the silencer. He's ripping through him. His rage is pop, but it's only a really low cooldown now. The Entangle through the BKB. We talked about that. And Redondo going down to the Death Ward as well. Radiant getting some kills out of like punishing their overextension, but now here's the Razor. He's looking to make something happen. The plasma field did pretty good damage on the lone druid, but is there gonna be an entangle when he's TPing away? Yes, there is. Right on the last second, there's the bash. Viper Strike comes to secure as well, and now the Razor is dead as ever. 5 heroes from the Radiant having rotated here to help out. Damn.
Man, that lone druid got so low like 2 times throughout that engagement. It was real scary for him for a long while in that fight. And that witch doctor showed up like in perfect time.
Look at okay, so I just found out what makes the bear change color. It's when he can't attack. When he gets that disarm from being too far away, he turns gray and loses his bright red color. Right there.
Oh wow.
That's freaking weird.
Is that specific to that bear?
I think so. I feel like I would have noticed the shit out of that otherwise.
Yeah, I've played like 50 to like 70 games alone druid, and I have never noticed that before, but I do not have that bear, so
yeah, that's weird. Weird looking. That's what freaked me out before. I thought it was a hero because it was like a different color. Volvo, you're messing with the color scheme. You said you wouldn't do it, but the hat money is strong.
The hat money is strong.
Yeah.
Cowboy Ursa would agree.
Yeah. Alpine Ursa. So what let's see what item build this lone druid's going. He is going like the early activity phase. So like he went phase boots on his bear and tranquils on himself. And that's like you're banking on entangle. You're like, man, entangle's so good, I'm gonna get some entangles. That's what this build is basically saying. And now probably because of that, he's not gonna go Midas, he's gonna go like Maelstrom or Radiance or something. And
yeah, I don't think he did well enough in the offlane to warrant getting a Midas, but he didn't do poorly either.
Yeah.
Like I think he's just gonna go for like a Maelstrom, like AC type creation.
Yeah, definitely. And Chen's going that mech. Silencer, getting his mic. He actually went Midas, so he wants the levels, and he is a pretty level-dependent hero. But that is going to set the Radiant team back and make them so they're not as aggressive as the Dire team is pushing their towers, and that's what we see. Radiant has more kills, but the Dire has more towers. All of the tier 1s, except for the mid lane, which is about like 10% HP, are down now. And soon to follow as Dire is grouped up, full and force, ready to take this tower. Darkseer, the only one who's not present. Redondo in the aggressive jungle. And now it looks like he's coming to reinforce. There's a net actually from the micro. Wow, tons of damage. I mean, instantly annihilating that Sand King. Now the global silence is popped. Dire can't fight right now. The entangle is on the Shadow Shaman. There's the Curse of the Silent to follow, doing some damage. The silence is over. They can't fight this, can they? The Sand King is dead, but now Razor's completely split. They're gonna bank on the entangle, but then again, there's the surge from the Darkseer. He could be here, but it's on cooldown. 1 second left. Who's gonna surge? He's gonna surge himself as Razor goes back towards the mid tower. That is actually not even there, and hoping for more entangles. But there's the Chen send back, and that's going to be it. The Razor turning around to do what damage he can before he gets sent back. And now, actually, the Radiant are diving even further. The Druid is just ready to go. Like he said, he's so quick. He feels so strong, and he is so strong with that with the rabid movement speed. But no, he hasn't gotten lucky with entangles. Like, I gotta say, I feel sorry for this lone Druid. I'll just call it out right now. As on the backline's Dark, the Death Ward from completely annihilates the Razor. Wait, how did the Razor die? Did he come back?
I guess he got
sent back and TP'd back.
Had a TP up.
Yeah, that's what probably happened. He TP'd into the tower range and then instantly got death warded. And he just thought they were gonna fight, but the paralyzing cast was annihilating the Dire team and stopped the Darkseer from moving. Now here's another send back, but he's gonna die before he gets sent back. And now Chen, cookie dough, gonna go back to fill his cookie dough bucket back in the base.
That lone druid got so low, and he sent his bear to try to right-click. They killed the bear, and the lone druid died. That's the worst feeling ever, because you give 300 gold for the bear, and then you die, and that's an extra like 100 something, 200 something, depending on how you're doing.
So
yeah,
true.
It's 500 gold like minimum to a person, and it's a bad feeling overall. But the Dire team definitely needs it. It is 14-6, and sure, the Dire team has towers on them ever so slightly. But, you know, having a Chen on your team, you don't want to be 14-6 and only up by 1 tower. It's not a great place to be, specifically when the Sand King has a Blink Dagger. By the way, that whole fight started because that Sand King was up too far and couldn't initiate with his Epicenter Blink Dagger, and that's just a big bummer. That Sand King needs to stay farther back. He's been saying he's having some frames.
Yeah. For sure. And Dire's optimizing their farm really good. Darkseer's defensively jungling while Chen and Lifesteal are defensively jungle. Despite the fact that the kills are completely and single-handedly in Radiant's favor, the gold graph is actually somewhat even, and the XP graph, as because of the kills, are actually their favor. But yeah, the gold win is still up for grabs here. And the Lifestealer is kind of trying to make something happen. The Bear's too fast, though. So he's going to go back to farming. Down in the bot lane, Darkseer's really deep pushing this tower. Are they going to make something happen? Them alone might be able to kill it if they pop Epicenter first, but it's going to take a Death Ward as well. And if they don't have good stuns, they're just going to be able to surge away out of the range of those spells, because there's no slow coming from the Epicenter through surge.
Dire's middle tower
But DD on Viper, taking mid tower, getting some gold for their team, which is good. More domination for them. But now Lifestealer comes right into the tower that's now completely expended. Lifestealer obviously is having lag problems because he hasn't initiated yet. There's the initiation. Lifestealer's going to get dead from this, but actually the Hand of God comes in, heals him a little bit, but the Lifestealer does go down. Now the Shadow Shaman's in trouble. He's definitely getting focus fire, but the Blinken from Redondo, he's not done fighting. He's coming in. There's the wall. There's the vacuum. Now the Death Ward's annihilating the Razor, and now, but oh my god, there's so much damage coming out from this Death Ward. It does kill the Darkseer and the Illusions before they could really do anything, and now the slow from the poison attack is killing Chen as well. A complete 5 team wipe from the Dire team, but he's going to try to turn and do something to tower range. I was going to say it was a team wipe and a 5 for 0, but actually he turns with a really powerful pure damage test of faith.
Well, a lot of luck, not enough luck. This Witch Doctor, by the way, has gotten some of the luckiest casks I've ever seen. I mean, that's what you're looking for when you're playing Witch Doctor, and that's just kind of how the hero goes. But he's getting lucky, and good for them. Like, definitely need that. When you're unlucky with Witch Doctor, it's just the worst feeling in the world. Like, you throw it at a team fight and there's one creep around and it bounces to that creep, and then it suddenly finds like a neutral camp and it goes to the neutral camp. And like, how did this possibly happen? And it's like, why am I playing this hero? But this guy's definitely, that's not happening to him. And he's actually, the Witch Doctor is 1,200 away from his Aghanims, and when they get Aghanims, it is gonna seem a lot like game over.
Yeah, that's gonna be hardcore.
Yeah.
The interrupts coming out from the Dire team are pretty much on the Shadow Shaman alone, and the vacuum, I suppose. But yeah, I could say that the vacuum, he should initiate after the Witch Doctor just to make it easy, because that vacuum's got a huge range, or huge radius more specifically, and so like yeah, it's gonna be tough. But they're still in it. They're still fighting. They definitely haven't slowed down. The farm from the Lifestealer, he has his armlet now. And the mech is up from the Chen. What is Darkseer going? That's a question I want to answer. He went Blink Dagger, so that's all he really has to his name right now. But I think the Blink Dagger, I mean, it's a pretty good item. I would normally say it'd be really good if you have something to pair it with, but they don't really have much to pair it with right now. Like, yeah. I mean, there's not like a Disruptor ult or a Ravage or a Magnus or anything like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier on in the draft. I was kind of spaced on it, I think. But, yeah, they don't have anything to pair it with, which makes the Blink Dagger seem kind of underwhelming when he could have a Pipe, for instance, or something of that caliber.
Yeah, and now Lifestealer is going on the Viper, but his rage is going to end right now, and now there's the global silence on the Dire team. Death Ward comes out. It's hitting everyone. It's hitting the Lifestealer now. That's the worst target. The cask is bouncing. No way. Now there's the Hand of God. Dire's still in it. They're trying to heal. The Chen goes down. He did his job, though. There's the wall. It's on the other team. Are they going to actually walk into it? There it is. The Sand King comes in, but he gets annihilated by the wall as well. And the wards are there just pestering the Radiant team. The Lone Druid goes down. This is a bad place to fight. The wall, this is a death area right there. And now on the backlines, Viper is actually killing the Darkseer, and he's really low HP. The Illusion's trying to do what they can, but it's a 4 for 1 once again, going the way of the Radiant. And now Lifestealer's still going back in, though. The Lone Druid's getting attacked, but look at him. He's so tanky. Lifestealer's like, what am I going to do about this? Like, wow, that Lone Druid's tanky. Just baseline. He has a level 2 old Druid form. 7k draft, 7k Dota. And wow. So let me think here. Like,
this Lone Druid, by the way, is definitely going Radiance, and I guess I thought it was a little late for Radiance, but it's only 19 minutes. He's gonna get it around, let's say, 22, 23 if he's suddenly comes into a little bit of trouble, but it probably closer to 22. And not a bad Radiance time for an off-lane Lone Druid, that is for sure.
Yeah. Witch Doctor is getting his ags really close. 800 gold. He's farming the bot lane. And let's see, like, yeah, I think that the members of Radiant are just way too tanky. Viper has that mech, and the lone druid's just a lone druid. And so that's likely their front line, and they're just standing on the front, looking for entangles and whatnot. And then as soon as they get it, they just global silence. It's a pretty good initiation when you think about it. Now, speaking of initiation, Sand King goes in. He's on the single member of the Dire Lifestealer by himself in the T1 tower. He pops his armlet down, he pumps it back up. There's an observer that goes down. Wow, look at that damage. Actually, he popped it down. There's the last word. That's going to be the last word, but is he going to turn and fight? There's the wall. Redondo coming back in. Is there a vacuum? It actually has been used. I just didn't see it really do that much stuff, and that's a test of faith on Sand King, so that's him dead. Now, Radiant's kind of just trying to take down this tower, and Dire said, we got to kill, but where is the rest of their team? And there's the Ether Shock, but he gets silenced because he had last word on him, so there's not going to be any CC coming out from Shadow Shaman. Is there going to be any more? There's no slow. Viper is turning around. There's the global silence. It's up again. Going on the Darkseer. That's a dead Darkseer. Is there going to be anything on the Shadow Shaman who's running away? Here comes the bear. Is there going to be an entangle? There's the Curse of the Silent ticking. It doesn't even matter. The last word finally hits after he casts, and now it's going to be on the Chen. Where's the entangles? Is he going to actually get... Is there karma at all in this world? Is he going to get any of these entangles? There's the test of faith. He turns around, but no, there's not going to be the damage there. A double kill going the way of the silencer, and more intellect for his glaives of wisdom. There is a TP in back from the Lifestealer. He's by himself. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. He's trying to man up. Maybe he's just saying, I'm going to take people down, but remember, his rage is only level 2. He lost all his magic immunity for a second there. Now he's just getting kited. A dieback. Well, like we said, it's not really a dieback. It's just coming immediately back by himself. And actually, did he maybe feed that kill just to give him the kill? I'm not sure. But, yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This lone druid isn't wrong. He got like no entangles on fighting 2 people, which rarely happens.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But yeah, so the Radiant team is destroying. Oh wow, this lone druid was our viewer guy. I'm really bad. Guys, I'm really bad.
And there it is, the 22-minute Radiance, 22:30. Called it almost exactly.
Yeah. So there's the Radiance. It's good. And now Radiant is especially strong with that Radiance. The Radiance is too strong. The Radiance team. So many puns there. But what are you complaining about? Yeah, I guess. I mean, in 2 hits. Yeah, that's like the average, though. Like, that's a pretty good entangle. Like, that's not too lucky. So the Dire team, wow. That like, I guess throw is the only word for that in terms of the Lifestealer coming in after the fact. Trying to clean up, but I don't know what it is with this fad about Lifestealers not getting their rage. Rage is a good skill.
I get why he's getting extra levels of Feast this time, just because they do have a lone druid bear they have to deal with, but literally this is like the 3rd Lifestealer we've seen who values Rage less than any of his other abilities, and Rage is so good. If Rage was an item, like, Rage would be picked up constantly, but it's not. And like nobody seems to value it. It's crazy weird.
Yeah, it's like
not only is it a BKB, it's attack speed.
It's the attack speed definitely gives you damage. He's just like, okay, I need as much stuff that's gonna heal me. So both the other things give him healing abilities, and all like Viper, Witch Doctor, and the Lone Druid all have things that go through BKB. So like, I totally see where he's coming from, but it's an iffy choice, I guess, at that point. Viper Strike, speaking of which, on the Lifestealer, exactly how we were saying before. There's the Penitence coming out from the Chen, slowing him down a little bit. Global Silence, they're fighting into it. They don't care. There's the Epicenter. It's actually getting a lot of people and taking them way down. The huge Epicenter. Ford instantly dead. What an Epicenter coming out from the 10 FPS Sand King being played by Smiles. GG comes out from Cookie Dough.
They finally have the Aghanims on the Witch Doctor, and
he's like, damn it,
what are you gonna do?
I farmed. Righty-o. So I just canceled right out of that match because we pretty much covered exactly why. that victory happen. Let's look for lobbies. None up right now. So for the viewers, thanks for watching. We're gonna do more casts in just a little bit, pending the next lobby when it comes up. I'm gonna play some music. But yeah, that was a good game to cast. A good game to cast. Yeah. Totally just embarrassing myself on my stream because that's the capability I've purchased. I can do that if I choose to do so. You can't mock me for making fun of myself on my own stream. Yeah. All right, it's happening. Wow, this is good. See, this is the cast train I was looking for. We just missed the big group that was like practicing a little bit earlier, and that's why we had to take a large break. Be right back, guys, just for, oh yeah, Rankshis and everyone else for the viewers. I'm gonna take a quick break as we load in, and I'll be back in about 1 minute.
Same here. I need to use the restroom.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining.
Based God Kawaii Nigga. Wow. What a name. On the same team as Cookie Dough.
Team pick.
I have returned. And
hello everybody, this is Nex here bringing you a first person cast commentary. I gotta find my own.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah. So one day, it's like a spirit animal. It'll just come to me, and I'll know. I will find.
Do you know what your spirit animal is?
No,
by the way?
I know what yours is. I don't know what mine is.
What's my spirit animal?
Platypus. Whoop 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 whoop. Shout out to platypuses.
It's a bummer there's no platypus like oriented hero within this game. Maybe I should create a platypus oriented hero and send the idea to Ice Frog.
Yeah. I think that, I mean,
dear Ice Frog,
there's a walrus hero, so why can't there be a platypus hero?
For sure.
He'll also wash up Mad Moon.
Yeah, totally. Man, I could make him just crazy as fuck.
Yeah, the crazier the better. Timbersaw.
Yeah, just this insane
heroes.
Platypus who has this ultimate ability with his tail that like sends out a shockwave or something.
All right, the draft's under. Here we are back in the RD2L. I'm your host, Nex, with my other host,
Rankshis.
Rankshis, word. That was actually a pretty good growl. My voice is nice and raspy for it right now. And the draft is after the first picks have been completed. A Tidehunter being the first pick. Response, Centaur and Ogre. 2 strength heroes with stuns galore. And Marana being the follow-up pick after that. Wow. Really unconventional set of picks coming out from the Radiant team. Classic RD2L.
Yeah. I'm excited to see an ogre. Like, there's so many different ways you can kind of build an ogre. Like, if you want to focus on early game, like Ignite does crazy damage. If you want to focus on attack speed, like, and you have a hero who can benefit off that, Bloodlust is good. Or if you just want to go super standard and like get lucky, go for early Fire Blast. And it's just multiple ways to play the hero depending on whatever situation you need. He's super versatile. The only downsides is he's a support hero who's a melee hero. Yep. He has good strength gain, but he's still an int hero, so, you know, it's just an interesting kit. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta play, like, Ogre Magi Slark. I feel like the attack speed and movement speed would be good on Bloodlust, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure, yeah. I mean, we did the Juggernaut build with it, and you could totally notice a difference with it with Omni Slash.
Freaking wrecked. And I think they should change it so that Blade Fury doesn't purge positive buffs. You know what I mean? Like, they made it so that Repel doesn't do that anymore, and that you can like Shallow Grave through BKB and stuff like that. So I feel like that's one of those things that should still.
I guess, but nobody like played Omni Knight for the most part, so they need to give him some buff. People still play Juggernaut, you know, even with the way he currently is. And he would probably become like way strong if he could keep positive buffs after spinning. Yeah. So,
I agree with that.
You know, just some of those theory crafting things that we can do. Wow, it's super interesting to see Lone Druid banned out. Lone Druid did excellent last time and had honestly like a bad game. Not that he played bad, just like no lucky entangles for the most part. Yeah. But he still just did phenomenally well. So cool to see people are showing some respect.
Yeah, he played it pretty well, despite his his luck, and he made stuff happen. Able to destroy supports, and definitely what did. Invoker coming out from the Radiant team, Phantom Assassin by the Dire, and
I am not a big fan of the Phantom Assassin right now. If you look, they don't have any like auto attack damage at the moment. That seems super sketchy for like Phantom Assassin doesn't have like a good strength gain, specifically because you have the ability to dodge melee attacks, making her good against melee heavy teams, but you know, when maybe it'll work out exceptionally well, and I'm just incredibly stupid. But I don't think that's the case.
So far, I think just the lockdown coming out from the Radiant's way too good. You got Tornado EMPs, or Tornado Deafening Blasts, Ogre Stun, Centaur Stun. That's like the deadest PA I've ever seen. It's gonna be really hard. And even more lockdown coming out and push too. That actually made it to the 4th pick. Wow.
Yeah, that's you're totally right. That's really surprising. Man, another Pudge. What's going on today?
Clap, clap, clap.
Crazy.
Is Jim Leahy going to play it again? That's the question. We'll see.
Maybe. Jim that's his Leahy did phenomenal last time.
He did really good, for sure. Yeah. This is going to be exciting. But so far, Radiant's team looks scary as all hell. Like, oh my, I would not want to go against that team right now. And they like Dire does have a Ravage in response. They have follow-up arrows. And but like the Ravage is the only thing that's really going to stop the Radiant. So even like there's not like giant cooldowns. The Radiant team can fight with their ultimates down, whereas the Dire, in my opinion, right now cannot. We will see. It's all going to come down to like so far the meat hooks from Pudge. Catching them out is going to be huge, and without that, it's going to be tough. And that's what can happen with Pudge, you know? Like, the Radiant team's just ready. He does getting meat hooks off. That means your only initiation is, like, the Ravage, and it's not going to be enough, in my opinion. Shadow Demon and Meepo getting banned out. Possibly respect bans on the Meepo side.
Maybe Jim Leahy knows something we don't, and that was the Meepo ban and a Ricky pickup.
Ooh.
There's
some early game right click right there. And they have crazy lockdown for him. They can make the space. They can protect him. They can allow him to backstab all he wants. That's a good pick.
Ravage will give him slightly a hard time, but if you look at it from the other perspective, Smokescreen is incredibly good against Tidehunter because Tidehunter can't purge off a Smokescreen. So if you can initiate the team fights the way you want, a Smokescreen will be incredible against Tidehunter.
Wow, that is totally true. That's gonna be huge. If he opens up with Smokescreen and then Blink strikes in, then that's going to be huge. That's funny. We got a Blink strike on Ricky and a Phantom strike on Phantom Assassin, both doing like the same thing. All right,
essentially the same move.
Yeah, they're thinking about their last pick. And what do they need? I feel like they just need more like counter initiation. Silencer is banned. They need. What do they need? I'm at a loss here. What could it be?
I wish I could say they could pick up a support bounty hunter, but that's totally not feasible looking at their draft. That's not bad. It would stop Ricky from being invisible, and Ricky's super squishy once you're able to catch him
Mystic
out.
Flare on
Shadow
Ravage.
Shaman squishy. Yeah, Invoker doesn't like it. Ogre doesn't like it. Yeah,
Maybe
that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I'd say that Visser, Earthshaker would be really good too. I feel, as well. They have a lot of they have an okay amount of melee. PA can farm with her Stifling Dagger, so I don't think that's that big a deal. But yeah, I think Earthshaker might be good too. Just like that long range, just like stop. You just stop. You can set up arrows a little bit long range as well. Maybe I know this sounds weird, but maybe a Naga support or something would work out really well, just to be able to sing and then also net into arrows and set up pudge hooks as well. You want something that can set up both those abilities, but a pick that doesn't really have any of that. Troll Warlord gets picked up. Wow. I mean, like,
I'm curious to see how they're gonna lane this.
Yeah. Jungling Troll Warlord, I've seen it. And then just to support Mirana with the PA against the offlane Centaur. Yeah, I mean, like, Troll Warlord's ultimate Battle Trance is going to be good with coup de grace, but she already gets attack speed from her Phantom Strike as well, so it's like not really that much synergy. But I mean, you only have decreased attack speed for 4 attacks, so alright, whatever. So that's pretty good, and Mirana will be able to right click even better in the late game. But if she's like the hard support that she's definitely going to be in this game, then she's not going to be able to have like that much right clicks, and certainly won't have much to show for it in terms of loot. So I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the troll pick. Okay, so let's ask ourselves the question: who won the draft phase? We both agree, Radiant Eye.
Yeah, I would have to say so. The only stipulation to that is if Jim Leahy just destroys as Pudge.
Right. Let's not forget Jim Leahy.
Things will. Yeah, everybody, you need to remember the name, as some famous shitty man once said.
And the Dire team's really kind of split up right now. There's this like aggro tri-lane, which I'm guessing isn't like the end tri-lane. Maybe this is how they're laning it, which is really...
I think this is a support Troll Warlord.
He's level dependent and farm dependent, and I don't know. I mean, he's a blind bot with the Whirling Axes, alright, and he's got low mana costs, okay. And Battle Trance is obviously good, regardless of if he's a carry or not. But the tri-lane strength here, in my opinion, isn't that strong. The slow from Whirling Axes is only 30%, and it only lasts 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's not the best setup, obviously, for the arrow. But let's call out who's playing who here. We've got Legion 170 playing the Mirana, Wumbo on the Troll Warlord. I don't even know why I'm so mad. Guys, I'm really bad playing on the PA this time. And Jim Leahy, of course, on his apparently signature Pudge. Lastly, Redondo playing the Tidehunter. His soloing ability on a tanky hero like that is hardcore, as we've seen. Invis coming out from Meowshi on the Shadow Shaman. He's going to scout it out, and I don't think they're going to make something happen until the Ogre gets here. Ricky playing on being played by Cookie Dough, and actually Ogre Magi jungling with his Ignite here in the Radiant safe lane. And now they're going on Ricky because they think they're the only one, so he's going to get zoned out, but maybe Shadow Shaman will turn. Okay, I was going to say, if he gets in tower range, that'd be really bad, but there's no way he'd get in tower range when he's not doing that much damage to the Ricky. So, but the jungling, apparently, Ogre Magi being played by Elihu, Fet Nox playing the Invoker, and on the off lane, Based God Kawaii Nigasama playing the Centaur.
I don't understand why Ogre is jungling, by the way. Ignite doesn't do AoE damage till you get multicast.
No, it does do an AoE when it hits the point. Like if they're standing next to each other, it does hit multiple people, I think.
Are you sure about that?
Just a target.
Yeah, because
maybe not.
Multicast, Ignite radius. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me about Dota. Tell me about Dota.
It just like, I'm pretty sure it does, and that it just isn't saying it there. We'll see this later.
I've watched him jungle for 2 camps now, and I'm gonna tell you, I've seen Ignite on one thing.
Gotcha. Oh well, maybe I could see that. I'm definitely not absolutely sure, and the Ricky is not getting that much farm. Well, definitely not getting that much farm here in this duel against aggro tri-lane. This really, well, I won't call it a poor aggro tri-lane, but this aggro tri-lane is actually doing well against the dual lane from Shadow Shaman and Ricky. As we saw that one time when it was Centaur and Shadow Shaman, they're not able to do anything against a tri-lane, you know? It's like, tri-lanes by definition beat most dual lanes unless the dual lane is something like an Undying in it where he's able to take that level advantage and punish multi-heroes. So last hit wise, Invoker is doing pretty good against this Pudge. Sounds about right. He's got 11 hits over Pudge's 3, and he's got 8 denies as well. And so the lane's going pretty well for PA. Tidehunter's doing just fine. I'd say Dire may be actually trading pretty evenly on this despite the Pudge. No real advantage being shown here quite yet. Where are we going to see the kills, though? The arrows are going to be a big kill potential out on the Ricky until they hit, but there's a miss here. Split the wicket, says AC, which Chambers would say. And Dire has a ward right here, so they're able to at least see when supports come up and maybe toss an arrow their way, and that's good. And I think I like this ward position. Pretty good. And the Ricky just getting pinged out, and yeah.
This is the first time in a long time I've seen an Exhort Wex Invoker, by the way.
The meatballs were going to come out, and they're going to be strong. They're going to be spicy meatballs.
Specifically with Invoker, I've tried doing Quas Wex for like a couple times now, and it just feels underwhelming each time. And I used to play it somewhat a lot. I wish I could say all the time, but that's not true. Oh, and first blood definitely happening bottom. Everyone diving on the Ricky.
Oh,
Ricky leaping
the salve!
Away.
The last hit! The stifling dagger, and the right click is going to take it.
Goodness. And he's gone. Wow. That was close. Ricky didn't go down without a fight. We can say that about the Ricky.
Gotcha. So he landed an arrow like right here, I believe, right?
I think they just start diving. I'm pretty sure the arrow missed.
Oh, wow.
Where's his Shadow Shaman support?
Well, he's top now. He roamed kind of this way. He literally walked through this way.
That seems like a mistake to me.
Solo Ricky's a bad idea.
I guess. Yeah, maybe Ricky's just like, fuck it, let me get level 6.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of. I still don't understand why Ogre's jungling, but, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we'll find out.
EMP gonna be off the mark because he has no cold snap follow-up right now, and that's gonna make Invoker not get his mana back, unfortunately. But wow, this Invoker actually won a bottle.
Yeah, not super common. Oh, but like I was saying, after I've done recently a couple Quas Wex builds, and it was just really underwhelming. And then I did a Quas Exhort for the Double Forge Spirit Cold Snap, and it's just so strong. I'm really surprised when I don't see people go it nowadays. It's just really easy to do. By level 9, you can get 2 Forge Spirits and pretty good Cold Snap, and it's so easy to pull off.
And rip in peace, Tidehunter. Actually getting comboed here by the Shadow Shaman. I think he was waiting in the wake and like just waited for the right moment, and then the burst damage came out. That's funny. We've seen the Centaur versus Tidehunter like solo lane together, and actually mid lane there's a meat hook onto Invoker, and it was actually able to rot him down. There was no invis coming out from Invoker because he doesn't have 1 point in Quas right now, and maybe he didn't have the mana enough for it anyways, but I'm pretty sure he did. But yeah, that's like the big point. Like mid Invokers, I swear, like I know you get so greedy and I know you want to maximize your potential, but Ghost Walk will save your life. This Pudge did not have invis detection. I mean, like, what do you think about that? Like, I know you're a big fan of maxing whatever your strength is, but like, you're a mid hero without an escape.
I don't know. I think if it's not in your game plan, I don't think you should try to get that extra point just for safety's sake. Because it's still like an expensive spell. If you've casted a couple things, you might not have mana for it.
It's better than dying, though.
I suppose.
Then Mirana gets silenced before she tosses the arrow, and now Ricky's kind of in a weird spot. He's level 4.5, and here comes the arrow. It lands under his tower. This is going to be a Ricky kill. They're manning up. Just a few right clicks, but actually, oh wow, that was really close. There wasn't enough damage right away. And Ricky goes down once again. No way. Solo safe Ricky's getting killed. What do you know? This Ogre Magi is literally just jungling this whole game away. Is this the draft? Is this the plan?
I don't think it's worth it to jungle. Like, he's level 4 and it's 7 minutes into the game. You're not even getting good experience out of it. Is it really worth it?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I've tried to like actually get a good amount of levels, and when I played Ogre Magi for the first time a little bit ago, well, not for the first time, but like maybe like the third time in a long time. Like I tried to jungle, and even with a lot of levels, it's so hard. It's just single target damage and nothing happens. But Invoker throws the meatball, tons of damage on the Troll Warlord, able to burst him down. Mirana's next on the list. Is he gonna have anything else? He has a cold. Actually, no, he doesn't have a cold snap up. Of course, he doesn't have any quas. But there's the salve going on Mirana. She doesn't have mana, 40 mana, and she'll have a leap. That'll be in about 10 seconds. There's the shackle, and that's definitely dead. Unless Tidehunter can come in here and ravage. Here it comes. He actually could have ravaged a little bit earlier, but there's a 3-man ravage, and the anchor smash to follow. Stifling Dagger to kill the Shadow Shaman, and now Ricky gets annihilated by the pure damage of Meat Hook. Invoker's all by himself. He's stuck in the trees. He's this scary nightmare with a giant abomination slapping his face with a giant cleaver. Wow, good fight on the Dire. Radiant was like initiating there and did their best, but I think they got a kill. I forgot what happened. Oh yeah, Troll Warlord actually was the one that died originally. But Radiant came back and reinforced. Good TPs coming out from the Dire team.
Very, very true. It's always a bummer when a Tidehunter who's soloing doesn't show up to a team fight, but Redondo, as we have seen, he's a man of good ideas, let's say.
He redundantly shows up at the right time.
Yep.
Redondo.
He played what was it? Darkseer last game, and I can't say that he showed up on time to a couple things, but not this game. He has learned his lesson. Show up to team fights.
Now they're coming up. The Dire throwing the arrow. It's off the mark, splits the wickets, and Ricky isn't level 6 yet, and he's being chased. Is there going to be oh man, Radiant are here. The Meatbog's off the mark and a leap right at the perfect time. The Centaur Stampede is there, and it's able to make them chase just a little bit, but the Meat Hook was there. Pudge was looking for it. Jim Leahy in another part of the map. Shadow Shaman goes down solo to the Phantom Assassin, who's really low right now. That's actually going to be her Battle Fury really soon here. And a good solo kill coming out from PA. Centaur against Tidehunter, back in the top lane. They're just based COD Kawaii Nigasama. I'm white, by the way, so that's a thing. What? No way. I don't sound white, I know. I sound Asian. I sound kawaii. But, senpai noticed me.
You remember that Wisp Arcana thing?
God, that was so funny. It's not like I want you to hit fast or anything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh my god. 3-7 here in the late early game. Going into the mid game. And Ricky has finally got his permanent invisibility.
I am crazy surprised how fast this PA is going to get her Battle Fury. It's definitely going to be like a 12-minute Battle Fury, which is great timing and good dodge from the Invoker on the Meat Hook.
Now, Troll Warlord's getting his jungle on, which is good. He was support, but this is what you see like Wraith King's doing, and he does have that blind and a low cooldown, low damage, or low mana cost nuke on the Whirling Axe's melee. And yeah, so Dire's going to be able to get the advantage from maximizing farm here. Actually, I just noticed that Invoker was killing Troll Warlord. I just left to actually show something else. What the Ricky actually just being a moving ward is able to scout out the Troll Warlord and set him up for a Meatball Sunstrike combination.
So Ricky has 2 last hits to his name, and
wow,
this Ogre has 40. What is that? What does that say, I guess? And this Ogre, going Midas, level 6, 11 minutes in. Man, what a time in the jungle that has been had.
Oh no, now they're gonna go on the Troll World. The Invoker's there, he's gonna do anything. Sunstrike right after the Shackle. Now the meat hook on the Ricky. He's gonna get dismembered. He's gonna get killed. It's right there. Actually, the stun comes in, but Ricky does die right before the Pudge dies as well. Now Troll Warlord is on the run. He's trying to switch to melee so that he can move just a little bit faster. There's a Blink Dagger on Centaur, but he doesn't have the stun mana. It's 130, that nerf coming into place here. And yeah, nothing on the Shadow Shaman as well. 2 for 1. Oh no, their carry got killed. Oh no, wait, the Ogre Magi is still alive.
And farming away, I might add.
Yep, Midas Gaming.
Their poor support Ricky.
I feel like Ogre Magi never supports. Like, you know what I mean? Like nobody supports with Ogre Magi.
I guess.
Like in pubs, that isn't a thing.
He's such a good like roamer. Like it seems like a waste to not at least try to support.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a pretty good range stun. You have a slow. Like it's good.
Yeah, I mean their Dire is looking to push the top tower. It's not going to be hard to contest them right now. They're pretty strong. Invoker's got really good levels in Exort and Meatball. Like his Meatball hurts like a truck right now, and they have the lockdown for it. So I'd say that his build is pretty smart actually for what's going on. But in Ricky, right by himself, now the center comes in 3-man hoof stomp plus the double edge. Oh my God, taking down the Troll Warlord as well as almost taking down the Mirana. The Ricky's going to finish up that kill. Now on the Pudge in the back lines, right next to the tower, he actually invises from Moonlight Shadow. There is no detection, and now there's nothing else. He tried to double edge actually to try to get a kill on Pudge with the Moonlight Shadow, but there wasn't there. Now it's going to be a disengage, and Dire actually weren't able to take that. The Ravage wasn't there from Tidehunter because he wasn't actually grouped up at that moment. Now Centaur's going in. He's pretty ballsy. He's low HP and doesn't even have a hoof stomp to his name, but a Ravage gets expended to instantly kill the Centaur. Ow, coming out into chat immediately at the same time. A WTF asking, wow, that was the quickest Ravage ever. I think the Tidehunter was like ready for the Radiant to come in there full force, but it was actually only Centaur. Redonda's like question mark, but I guess not the worst thing. I mean, securing a kill, yeah, it's a Ravage, but the Dire is not necessarily doing extremely well right now. It's a pretty even game. Ricky is the only factor like balancing out the Radiant right now with his low amount of farm. He does have power treads now, and so hopefully his backstabs will start hurting a little bit better than just tax on your skin. We'll see.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At some point, maybe. Playing from behind on a Ricky is such a hard thing to do.
Sunstrike on the Troll Warlord, half of his HP gone in an instant. TP from Centaur, blinks to dodge the whirling axes. The Pudge actually grabs him to safety. Land, and Double Edge was not on the mark because of that. He had chased. He probably could have. In fact, now he's doing it. Observer Ward gets placed. Now there's a Tidehunter being spotted out. Shadow Shaman is here to provide a nuke, but he doesn't have that much HP. It'll just has enough mana for a nuke and a shackle, which is really all they need. But Tidehunter's really tanky now. He has the like 4 levels in Kraken Shell, so that's something. But yeah. So Ricky's now scouting, just trying to get some. He's basically playing like a fogged bounty hunter support, like where he's just going out there, being a moving ward, and having permanent vision on the whole map for them.
Tower is under attack.
He's like, hey guys, I'll find things for you.
Ooh,
don't even worry about it.
The arrow dodge from the Invoker, well played. Now the Pudge is actually moving in, and instead of committing, he actually moves back, and Centaur Stampede being used for that exclusively. Invoker gets away. Ogre Magi is level 8. Let's check out the levels. Let's see how well this on the books this Ogre Magi has done. He is on the lower half of the graph. Ricky even doing better levels than him despite the Midas. And sorry, dude, I gotta call out the facts. And yeah, this hasn't worked out super well. And that pretty much is the only definition of why your team is behind. Sunstrike you off the mark, trying to land on a TP, but definitely not. The timing isn't correct. Is a dust gonna come out? The Tidehunter does have a dust. Is he gonna use it? Nope. But the tower does go down to the Mass Serpent Ward, so Radiant getting a small victory there, and gold in their pockets. Ogre Magi, what is his next item going to be is my question. He has power treads now. I got to follow this Ogre Magi because I don't want to bite my tongue and have this Ogre start owning. Ogre ownage. But I mean,
maybe he could start owning. But...
Okay, now I'm really surprised. He doesn't have 1 point in his stun. Like, the stun doesn't scale, which means 1 point, the value point, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's like it's a stun, you know? Like, stuns are pretty good in this game. But
I mean, he's going carry ogre. Ignite does more damage.
Oh, Ricky gets hooked, but actually right into a centaur, and the double edge actually does tons of damage and takes down the Pudge. But now the Starfall comes down. Now there's the ult from the Tidehunter, and it's actually only to really secure one, which they get a kill for that, so it was pretty worth it. Now 3 kills going the way of the 1 kill from the Dire. No. Kawaii-sama.
Radiant's middle tower is
Now there's some action happening bottom. I think they're just pushing the lane with that meatball, and they're going to try to take this tower at the same time. The top tower is going to go down first if my calculations are correct, although the Bloodlust is going ham. They're doing damage. The Bloodlust is on 2 people. There was a multicast on that. And now they're pushing towards tier 2, as it was an even trade there, despite the fact that there was 3 for 1 going the way of the Dire. Dire moving out of that with another victory. Ravage is used though, so if Radiant starts at being active in just a little bit, they might be able to take a fight. We'll see if this Ogre actually wants to actually do something.
I think he's going Mask of Madness, by the way.
Radiant's top tower.
If I had to put money on it, that's where I'd put my money.
He has attack speed from Bloodlust. He should go damage, right? I mean, and he has attack speed from Power Treads. If he's gonna do anything.
Obviously, neither of us know what we're talking about
math is
when it comes to
too hard
Ogre.
for us.
And this guy is clearly more informed about every situation.
Yeah. All right.
We've said so than we could ever be.
We've said the sarcasm. I don't want to harp on the sarcasm too much, so sorry guys for a little bit of that sarcasm. But you know, this is what I can compliment. It's nice to see something new. But Mask of Madness being built. It's cool to see something new, and you know, maybe it's just like any other hard carry. You know, they don't show up to fights. He doesn't need Fire Blast, so I'm not gonna go too deep on that. But it definitely is unconventional, and we'll see if it pays off. That's what we'll say. We'll see if it pays off.
I don't think it was worth sacrificing the Ricky, but
oh, the Ricky almost got the courier, but he got completely zoned out by the ledge. The peninsula of no courier kills is the new name for that peninsula. And now the Battle Fury and the Dom is up for the PA. This is when she starts actually being a carry. This is a little scary for the Radiant team, but they've got a lot of lockdown. Like we said, we like their team. They have tons of lockdown. Centaur's going BKB.
If she can get a BKB pretty soon, it'll look really good for the Dire team.
Yeah, I agree with that. If she doesn't go BKB next, I would be a little bit surprised, because lockdown's the name of the game for the Radiant, and they have a lot of it, and they need a BKB. Give away that this is warded, even though it's not warded. Oh, that's funny. No. Whoop-ups. Oh, that's funny. Yep, indeed. Wise words from the wise man. Based God Kawaii Nigasama here in the RD2L. And what is this? The 4th game that we've casted today? Something like that?
Boy, something like that. Yeah. Maybe 5th?
I'd be surprised if it was the 5th, but I've been wrong before. 9 to 12. PA's gonna come online. What goes through BKB? Anything that they have? Nothing really. Wow, the BK would be hardcore for the Dire team. Wow. Yeah, BKB is gonna be huge. Arrow lands on the carry. The Ogre Magi is getting gone on. The hook goes from the Pudge, but now the Stampede instantly able to get away from the Dismember. The Ravage is there, gets a lot of them. They're now the Shackles on the Tidehunter, though the Dire team aren't willing to commit. The giant Pure Damage Sunstrike. But the cleave coup de grace from the PA doing tons of damage, and now the hooked Invoker goes down, the Ricky goes down, Pudge is looking for more blood, he wants more flesh heap stacks, now he gets shackled, Moonlight Shadows up, but the Sentry's there for the Dire. This isn't for the Radiant, they didn't see him, and now it's a team wipe going the way of the Dire, only 2 dead on their team. What a huge turnaround, the PA showing her face out of the jungle with new items. The shopkeeper was like, what does a hero truly need? And PA's like, give me the shits. And then now she's owning.
And PA almost has her BKB. This PA has been doing so well this game.
Yep.
Good for her. I mean, definitely had the easiest lane by far. A solo Ricky, for the most part, is a really easy lane to beat.
You know, what's probably really made this guy as good as he is? He's been watching our stream pretty consistently. He was one of my first follows, you know? He's educated, right? Like, guys, I'm really bad, but he might have to change his name to Guys, I'm really good. And I watched the Next Level stream. That'll be his full title.
I've heard them say that PA needs a BKB. And,
yeah.
And sure enough, here we are.
Yeah, he's actually like listening in. But yeah, no, BKB's online, and this is looking so bad. Oh my god, a Ravage plus PA with a Battle Fury. That crit was huge. They were grouped up in that Battle Fury. Oh my god, looked amazing.
So they gave this carry ogre a lot, and how is this carry ogre going to deal with this PA? Like, what do you do to like win?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I have that answer.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a PA that has an actual carry passive called Coup de Grace. And we have an Ogre that only has stats and a buff that can be applied as a support. He doesn't have any passive that makes him better at carrying. He has, you know, multicast, but that's for casting. Like, yeah. So, in terms of carry potential, there's literally nothing that's going to happen. Like, a Basher, I guess, is like what he needs to get. That's my opinion. Look how much attack speed he's got. He needs a Basher.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Basher would help him.
Yeah, and actually,
you can get a Basher. And
he's
like
got a Javelin, so maybe he's going. But Rosh goes down as Ricky stampedes in. I don't know if they have a gem or something, but they see him. Actually, there's a sentry ward right there. But the beat ball comes in. Should be a lot of damage on those heroes from the Dire. PA gets melted after the Aegis. Now there's the Ravage. The Centaur goes down, and the Ricky goes down after the hook. That's 2 down from Radiant, and now the Dire are back in full force. The PA is back up from the Aegis, and that's only Troll dead from the Dire side. Radiant once again losing the team fights. Ogre once again not there, pushing top. Doesn't have his Basher, which means he can't fight right now. But he is building it. He does have the Javelin. Javelin goes into Basher, right?
Super close. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot that. I just had to make sure.
Yeah, he's almost there. He's a little under.
Here comes the counter that he's been working towards the whole game. Oh, top tower. The carry gets annihilated by the Pudge. The Pudge found him.
Middle tower
I don't want to say we're ahead entirely because of the support troll, but it's mostly because of me.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I will say support troll is really good for a PA when you have essentially a guaranteed winning lane.
Yeah, definitely.
You get the attack speed. He's building a Vlad's, and
Stampede blink from Centaur onto the Troll. He gets annihilated after the double edge, but the PA's BKB annihilates completely the Centaur. Tanky Centaur, not at all, not with Coup de Grace. And now the Invoker's in trouble. Stifling Dagger slow. Hex is there. BKB's over, but more's coming. There's the Shackle, the Gush coming out from the Tidehunter, and now he's TPing away inside the cloud, doing what he can, but he TP's away. Wow. Another triple kill going away the PA. This is PA. Welcome. You're being assassinated.
That PA didn't miss at all inside that cloud with a 50% miss chance.
That's funny.
Lucky day.
Yeah. Oh, the coup de grace on the Ogre Man. This is the carry battle we've been wanting for. Ogre Man's up. And oh, wow. To his dismay, RNG. He's saying luck or noob to the PA right now. Wow. Tidehunter going, the refresher orb, yeah. What does the troll have? Vlad's, yep. Support troll.
Yeah, he's doing great for a support troll, by the way. Like mana boots and a Vlad's.
Oh, yeah. Hell, that's really good for his PA. Totally.
Yeah. PA's gonna love hanging around that ogre, or sorry, that troll.
And well, he's getting a lot of love hanging around the ogre too.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'd like to. I don't know. I want to see if like it's ever worked. I've seen some like carry ogres. I mean, we both probably seen him, but like I've never seen it like, wow, that ogre is just dominating. You know, like the only reason that ogre destroys is because he's tanky and he gets multicasts. That's when I see an ogre go, wow, that dude's freaking owning right now. PA getting the mischance, 100% mischance, and MKB might be needed, but the hook is there from Jim Leahy.
Is that a daggone Ricky? Yeah, that's a daggone Ricky, by the way.
Yep. It's troll. It's tall trolls in here. And now the BKB comes out. There's no stun. The Stampede is actually there. No, it's actually the Mask of Madness plus the Bloodlust giving him tons of attack speed, but the hook from Jim Leahy was almost there. Instant crit on the Shadow Shaman that died right here. Yes, yes. and all of the Ignite multicast coming on the PA. She leaps to Jim Leahy. Jim Leahy's like, come here, blink to me, because I'm a big dude and I have a secret relationship with PA. I don't know. I ship them. Do you know that people say I ship them, and that's the way of saying like they should be in a relationship because you ship them, like you think they should be a couple. Have you heard that?
That sounds made up as
no, dude. This is a thing. Like, go to Crunchyroll and they're like, man, I wish they're watching a rom-com or something. They're like, I ship Keiichi and someone else, and like that's like the new thing. My sister was the first one to tell me about that. She's like, I ship like in Hunter x Hunter. She's like, I ship like 2 people, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? What did I just hear? And she's like, yeah, you don't know what that means? I'm like, no. It's a thing, man.
So this PA Guys I'm Really Bad I've been watching for a little while and has been tread switching consistently for the past like 10 minutes and probably even longer, but anyone who can remember to tread switch on a constant basis does not deserve to be called Guys I'm Really Bad.
It's next level mind games, just tricking his enemies into thinking he's bad. But captains, pay attention to this guy. PA is a good player. That's twice I've seen him be really good in these games. Giving props to him because he followed my channel. Or, followed my Twitch channel. So, which is what you should do as well. Follow my Twitch channel, please. There's more casting to come every single day. I'm casting at a different time. If you want to know my schedule, I will go over that after the match. Back to the game, though. PA taking the bot tower. EMP, casual EMP going out. Not going to steal any mana. And Dire's just, they're good. 14 to 29. They're feeling really good. They're taking their sweet little time pushing uphill, but making sure that they win. Although, it's not like Radiant's going to come back. It's not like they have late game or anything. Wait.
I mean, you just gotta believe in the Karaoke. Does he have his Basher?
Yeah.
He does. Alright, so he's essentially ready to fight this PA, if I've ever seen somebody who's ready to fight a PA.
1400 HP. Tanky. Not that tanky. Mask of Madness. He doesn't have a BKB, like anything protecting him from like magic damage. So the Mask of Madness is basically making his HP look like 1,000 damage HP pool. Pretty hardcore, dude. Jim Leahy. He kisses his hook before he throws it. He's ready. He's more ready than he's ever been, and he gets the hook on Invoker, plus the Phantom Strike instantly annihilates the Invoker. That's the team fight. Wards go down. They're hitting the Dire as much as they can, but Dire's way too strong. They're diving in, Ravage from the Dire, hitting the Radiant. It's annihilation. 3, 4 down. The buyback from Invoker. Invoker comes back. He wants to toss the Meatball. Where's the Deafening Blast, though? He actually banks on Sunstrike. He got a Deafening Blast after the Meatball, and now Phantom... There's a Rampage going in the way of Phantom Assassin.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wow.
PA definitely got some lucky crits there right at the start.
Yeah, that Invoker is like
some skillful crits at the start.
Yeah. It's luck is no excuse. Yeah. Like that Invoker died like mid hook. Phantom like Assassin just like blinked in, just like rah! Gotcha. And Pudge is like, do I have jizz on me chins? And then Phantom Assassin was like, it is an honor to be chosen for death.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
But yeah, that's pretty much game, guys. 2-man stun, Invoker, the arrows point blank. There's the multicast on the PA, but she gets the BKB and the mech came for right before that. She's chomping on him. Ogre Magi gets burnt down. There's nothing he can do. Here comes the Phantom Strike. Another crit gets hexed down, but Crit Lord McStevenson is this guy's name. He's the Crit Lord. And the Sunstrike might have killed him, but definitely not with that creep there. And it's base god. It's literally devoured. And that's GG, guys. They haven't called it yet, but I'm calling it now. Casters aren't supposed to do that, but Meatball comes out, not even in the right trajectory, and once again, no Deafening Blast to follow. I've played me some Invoker, guys. If you want Meteor to do extra ticks, you get some Quas, and you Death Blast. Deafening Blast, says Invoker. It's amazing. It's one of the best lines he has. I love the voice lines in this game. I seriously do. Like, Valve did so freaking good. Just amazing. Invoker in general is just like such a good like voice like the way they designed the voiceovers on him. Coswas Exhort. Oh yeah, the hook. He gets him. The Dagon's there though. My build didn't work out.
No kidding.
Sorry, duder. Better luck next time. You didn't multicast in this game because you weren't casting anything. Shots fired. Wow, and Daedalus on Invoker. I haven't seen that in a while.
Invoker should get a Mask of Madness too.
Yeah?
Obviously.
I mean, if he wants to make his right clicks really hurt, yeah, he needs the attack speed. That's what he really needs. That's what a hero truly needs. What does a hero truly need? Items.
PA, you know you wanna.
Buy from the items. Yeah, crack. Crack cocaine. No. What is to be said? Dire team farming. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. There's a team fight now. There's a multicast on the PEA. An instant crit annihilates the freaking Ogre Magi. BKBs pop now. Another crit. Battle Fury cleaves them both. LOLs coming out from both sides. Now Shadow Shaman stands there in awe of the PA. Actually gets a Hex off before he inevitably dies. He gets to shackle, look at his killer in the eyes and say, please, please, another rampage coming out from the Dire just as the Ancient falls from a GG timeout period. What a game, PA Strong Hero.
Boy, I didn't see any of this working out the way it worked out, but
I know we were. I said that the Radiant's draft was better. I called it.
I don't think either of us expected the jungling Ogre Magi.
Nope. Nope. Well, guys, that's the end of this match, and there will be another game. It's a casting marathon.